Disturbances and illegal activity. Servers and sellers, as well as licensees, have a responsibility to prevent customers and other employees from engaging in illegal activity in or near the premises. Example of things that might occur include illegal gambling, illegal drug use or sales, trafficking in stolen goods, intoxication, or prostitution. You must take actions that are reasonably necessary to terminate the disturbance. If at any time the customers are not responding to your actions, or you believe that you, your customers, your coworkers, or others are in physical danger, place a call to local law enforcement and follow their instructions. Disorderly conduct by persons on a licensed premises either off-sale or on-sale is strictly prohibited. Disorderly conduct could be engaged in fighting or seriously disruptive behavior, making unreasonable noise, using abusive or offensive language to try and provoke someone, making a commotion to disrupt business, refusing to leave an area as directed by officials, for instance, the scene of a fire or an emergency, recklessly handling or displaying a firearm or any object that could be used as a weapon. In essence, if a person's action is going to cause a fight, they have to go. If someone is being disorderly, you simply cannot sell or serve them a spirituous beverage. In fact, they have 30 minutes to leave the premises. That also means they cannot hang out in the parking lot. Alcohol will fuel the fire, and the situation can escalate to the point of no return, which can lead to an act of violence. At any time you feel that the safety of your fellow employees or customers are being threatened with physical harm, you simply call the police. The DLLC defines an act of violence as this: an incident consisting of a riot, a brawl, or a disturbance in which bodily injuries are sustained by any person, and such injuries would be obvious to a reasonable person, or tumultuous conduct of sufficient intensity as to require the intervention of a peace officer to restore normal order, or an incident in which a weapon is being brandished, displayed, or used. If an act of violence occurs in the premises or near the premises, such as the parking lot, the event must be reported to the DLLC or other law enforcement within 7 days of the act. Failure to do so could lead to criminal charges to you and additional legal ramifications to the owner, licensee of the establishment. You can find the required document to submit on the DLLC's website. It is very important that your establishment works to maintain a safe environment. By having sufficient lighting for the parking lot and areas where alcohol is served and or sold can lead to more security for employees and customers. If a licensed premise, off-sale or on-sale, has repeated acts of violence, their license could be in jeopardy of being suspended or not being able to renew. The DLLC definition of repeated acts of violence is this: 2 or more acts of violence occurring within 7 days, or 3 or more acts of violence occurring within 30 days, or frequent acts of violence that cause the director to determine a review is necessary. It is illegal to sell or serve alcohol to someone who is obviously intoxicated. It is also illegal to serve someone to the point of intoxication. The definition of obviously intoxicated is this: inebriated to the extent that a person's physical faculties are substantially impaired, and that impairment is shown by significantly uncoordinated physical action or significant physical dysfunction that would have been obvious to a reasonable person. The customer has to leave the premises within 30 minutes from when the intoxication was noticed, or should have been noticed. The 30 minutes allows enough time for an unintoxicated person to arrive and take the intoxicated person away from the premises. Arizona Liquor Law, ARS 4-244, Unlawful Acts. It is unlawful for a licensee or employee to knowingly permit unlawful gambling on the premises. Arizona Liquor Law does not allow gambling at liquor license businesses when the customer is required to pay for a chance to win something of value. Amusement gaming, which includes all of the criteria stated in ARS 13-3301, 1A through D, requires that no cover charge or involvement by a licensed location or staff of licensed locations is permissible, and the game must be a game of skill. For example, a football pool can be played by customers of a licensed location if there is no cover charge to get in, and the staff of the location have no involvement in the pool. Another example would be a pool game which can be played and bets placed between the players. No side bets can be placed, nor can a cover charge be required by the licensed location. Food service. Food service is required for all Series 12 licenses up to 10 p.m., but the establishment has to maintain 40% of its revenue in food sales and 60% in alcohol sales. It must be a full menu. After 10 p.m., they do not have to serve food, but any person under 21 has to leave unless they are accompanied by a parent, legal guardian, or spouse who are of age. This concludes Module 4. Let's do a little recap. In this module, you learned about disturbances and illegal activities, lewd and disorderly conduct, gambling, and food service. You may now take the Module 4 quiz.